Kia ora and welcome back to Breakfast, coming up 6:19. This next segment is brought to you by Fisher Funds. For much of this year, we've been talking with the Fisher Funds team about everything you need to know about KiwiSaver and investing. So far, we've looked at what you, as an adult investor, can do to make the most out of KiwiSaver. Today, we're going to look at KiwiSaver and investing for kids. And we're talking to Senior Portfolio Manager Harry Smith, who is also a dad of two. Welcome, Harry. Good to have you on the program.
Thank you, mate.
Why should we be looking at KiwiSaver for our kids?
Yeah, look, I think KiwiSaver is a fantastic vehicle to get kids into saving. I think it's extremely accessible for everyone to access. I think it's a great vehicle for us to start a conversation with our kids around saving. And then for me, there's also a personal note where, you know, I have this ambition that when I leave this world, I want my kids' retirement to be taken care of, and KiwiSaver is helping me with that ambition. In saying all that, KiwiSaver's not the only vehicle you could use, or not the only instrument you could use to get your kids into saving. There are such things as managed funds, and so if parents or grandparents are out there thinking about starting a savings account for their kids or grandparents, I think the important thing is really to seek out advice and find out what works for you. At the end of the day, I think what's the key message here is that getting your kids into saving early means that they're going to be able to make the most out of compounding returns. There's this old saying, time in the market is more important than timing the market, and that's really what we're trying to install here. Which
is where your compounding returns comes in. I wonder whether you can explain that a little bit more.
Yeah, it seems like a complicated statement, doesn't it, for something that's actually not that hard to understand. Basically all it is if your investment portfolio starts really small, well then it will earn returns, and those returns go into your investment portfolio and then help your investment portfolio build through time. So a good way to visualise it perhaps is that if I was at the top of a hill covered in snow and you're at the bottom, and I had a little snowball and I rolled it down the hill to you, it would start off really small and it would go quite slowly, but it would pick up a little bit of snow, mean it would go a little bit faster, get bigger, pick up more snow. It would sort of be bigger, faster, bigger, faster, bigger, faster down the hill until it got to you, and it was this big, huge snowball, and it was rocketing down the hill. And that's really sort of a good analogy for what compound returns are with your investment portfolio. Starts really small, but as the more time you give it, the faster it will build through time. Now, if my legal team's watching, they probably would like me to say as well that that it's not returns in the markets aren't just linear in fashion. They do go up and down, but more often they go up than down, history would show. We
were having a conversation just in the break around what you do with your kids, and I'm thinking about financial literacy and how KiwiSaver or investing can actually help our kids with that. Yeah. I think it's like I really enjoy talking about it with my kids. I have a 4-year-old daughter who runs the household and certainly owns me a little bit. Yeah, and I have a 7-year-old son, and so with my 4-year-old daughter, she's probably a bit on the young side, and for the real engagement into KiwiSaver, but she really enjoys checking her balance every now and again because we don't want to check it every day. Yes.
But my son, he's a lot more engaged, and you know he loves the All Blacks and he loves playing rugby. And I know that he's got Adidas in his KiwiSaver portfolio. So what I'm really trying to do here is I'm trying to take something that is abstract to him, like a number on a computer screen, and then pull it to something that is tangible. So, you know, if we're getting dressed for school and he's pulling on his All Blacks jersey, I'm pointing out to him that is an Adidas jersey. Adidas have sponsored the All Blacks. We've brought that from Adidas. You know, he's putting on his footy boots, the Adidas boots. And I don't know if you've been to a primary school or an intermediate lately, but the amount of kids running around in Messi's Miami football jersey, which is the Adidas jersey as well. And so for him, you know, he's only 7, but he can understand how that business operates as well.
This segment brought to you Fisher Funds, not by Adidas, by the way. Harry Smith, the Fisher Funds Senior Portfolio Manager, joining us this morning.